What if I told you that something smaller than your fingertip could send warmth and blood back to your body in less than a minute? No pills, no supplements, no tricks. This is something natural, often forgotten, but powerful enough to awaken the masculine energy that's been sleeping after the age of 60. My name is Dr. Ethan Miles. I'm a urologist and men's health specialist with over 30 years of experience. What I'm sharing with you today isn't theory. It's what I see work every day in real life. If you've ever felt like your strength is slowly fading, I have good news. Your body never gave up on you. It's just been waiting for the right signal to wake back up. Before we begin, I'd like to ask a quick favor. Where are you watching this from? Let me know your state in the comments below. And if this is your first time on this channel, make sure you hit subscribe. Because what you're about to hear might change the way you feel about yourself. Every single day, I'll never forget the first time I talked with Richard. He was 68, retired. He sat across from me, quiet for a long moment. Then he said slowly, "Doctor, I don't feel like a man anymore." He wasn't looking for a miracle. He was just a husband, a father, trying to feel alive again, present, confident, like himself. And what Richard didn't know, like many others, is that he wasn't alone. In fact, I hear this almost every day. After 60, the blood vessels that carry circulation to the private parts begin to narrow and stiffen. They're incredibly small, about the size of a hair. Years of stress, hidden inflammation, and slow blood flow quietly shut them down. Erection loss doesn't happen overnight. It fades, gradually but clearly. And every time it does, it chips away at a man's pride. But here's what matters most. This is not permanent. It's not the end. And it's certainly not your fault. Your body still remembers how to respond. It's just waiting for the right kind of support. No pill can restore natural function forever. But nature always knows how to heal. And there's one tiny, common spice that holds exactly what your body has been waiting for. This isn't hype. This is something that warriors use before battle. A tool for strength, vitality, connection. And now modern science is proving what ancient wisdom always knew. Inside this spice is a compound strong enough to restore blood flow naturally, without the side effects. If you've ever felt like your ability is fading with time, I want you to know you're not alone. Millions of men have started from exactly where you are now, and many have reclaimed their strength. You can too. If you're still listening right now, type the word "believe" in the comments, because belief is where every healing journey begins. So what is this spice? And why does it work so quickly to change everything? Let's find out together. When I first began looking into natural ways to support circulation and function in older men, I never expected that one of the most powerful answers would come from something so small. A spice most people forget about: clove. At first, I thought of it as just something used in holiday recipes. Warm scent, slightly spicy, nothing special. But as I dug deeper, I discovered a compound inside called eugenol. Eugenol is what gives clove its unique aroma. But more than that, it's a natural vasodilator, which means it helps blood vessels relax and open, especially those tiny, stiff, aging ones we just talked about. This is exactly why erections fade. Blood can't reach where it needs to go. Eugenol helps change that. When you chew whole cloves, the oils start absorbing through the soft tissues in your mouth right away. That means eugenol enters your bloodstream almost instantly. No need to wait hours like with pills. In just minutes, many men feel a gentle warmth spreading to the lower body. It's not overwhelming, but it's real. It's blood coming back to life. I remember one of my patients, Dennis, age 71. After a week of trying clove, he looked at me and said, "It feels like a part of me just woke up." That's what eugenol does. Not just better circulation, but a real living sensation. A quiet return of confidence and presence. Have you ever tried clove before? Let me know in the comments. Type yes if you have, or no if it's your first time hearing this. Now that you know the secret inside this spice, let me show you how to use it the right way. Because how you take it matters just as much as what it is. When I started recommending clove to my patients, I quickly realized something important. How you use it matters just as much as using it at all. It's not just chewing for the sake of chewing. You have to activate it properly, or the compound inside won't work the way it should. I remember one case very clearly. Walter, age 73, called me after 2 weeks of trying clove. He said, "I've been putting ground clove in my tea every night, but nothing's happening." I smiled and said, "It's not the clove that's the problem. It's how you're using it." And I walked him through a method so simple, yet so effective. Just 1 minute a day. But it has to be done right. Here's how. Take 2 or 3 whole dried clove buds. Not powder. Not oil. Just the original flower shape. Place them between your back molars and gently bite down until they crack. For the first 30 seconds, don't chew. Let the oil sit in your mouth and mix with your saliva. That's when eugenol starts absorbing through the soft lining of your mouth directly into the bloodstream. Then slowly begin chewing for the next 30 seconds. Let every drop of oil release. You can either swallow the pieces or spit them out. By that time, the active compound has already been absorbed. That's it. 60 seconds a day. No prescriptions. No doctor's appointments. Just a daily ritual done at home, in your kitchen, that supports circulation, calm, and confidence. And the timing of when you chew it is just as important as how. So in the next part, I'll show you the best time of day to do this, because that's where the real transformation begins. Over the years, I've learned something essential. Timing is everything, especially when it comes to natural healing. I remember a man named Mark. He was chewing cloves every day, faithfully. But after 3 weeks, he told me he wasn't seeing much change. I asked, "When do you usually take it?" He said, "Usually after lunch or right before brushing my teeth at night." I nodded and said, "Let's adjust that." And after just 2 weeks of changing the timing, everything shifted. He started waking up more refreshed, and even said, "I feel more like myself in the mornings now." So why does timing matter? Because your body responds differently depending on the time of day. The best time I recommend is about 1 hour before bed. That's when your nervous system starts calming down. Your blood pressure stabilizes, and your body gets ready to recover hormones, especially testosterone. Taking clove at this time sets the stage for deep, restful sleep, which is exactly when your body rebuilds. The second best time is first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. This helps kickstart circulation, clear out brain fog, and gives your mind a sense of clarity. Some men even use it before a workout or moments of intimacy, like priming the engine before starting the car. Remember, clove isn't just a spice. It's a tool. And when used at the right time, it becomes something powerful. If you use it at night, type night in the comments. If you use it in the morning, type morning. Your routine might help someone else discover their own rhythm. But timing is just one piece of the puzzle. Because if your body is constantly trapped in stress, even great circulation won't be enough. Let's talk about that next. There's something most men over 60 aren't told often enough. Stress silently destroys hormones faster than any other cause. I've seen men with nearly perfect lab results. Every number right where it should be. Yet they come to me saying, "I feel empty. I have no drive left." One of those men was Leonard, age 66. He said, "I don't even recognize myself anymore." I asked him about his sleep, his family life, the pressure he still carried even after retirement. And suddenly the picture was clear. The problem wasn't testosterone. It was chronic stress. Stress activates a hormone called cortisol. It's your body's fight or flight signal. But cortisol and testosterone don't get along. When cortisol goes up, testosterone goes down. Every time. That's why you can feel drained, unfocused, or emotionally numb, even if your test results look okay. This is where clove becomes more than a spice. It becomes a reset button. Because inside clove is beta-caryophyllene, a powerful compound that interacts with your brain's receptors for calm and balance. When you chew clove, beta-caryophyllene travels to your brain and signals safety. Not sedation, not drowsiness, just peace. And when your body feels safe, testosterone comes back online. Energy returns. Clarity grows. Your spirit lifts. If you've been living under constant stress, type the word stress in the comments. Acknowledging it is the first step to healing it. And once stress begins to lower and testosterone starts to rise, something else happens quietly while you sleep. And it changes everything. Let's explore that next. Sleep is one of those things most people don't appreciate until they start losing it. I've sat across from men in their 60s and 70s who say, "I sleep, but I wake up exhausted." Or, "I'm up every 2 hours, like clockwork." What they don't realize is that poor sleep doesn't just make you tired. It affects everything, especially your hormones. I remember Harold, 70 years old. He came to see me not because of intimacy issues, but because of a deep, constant fatigue. He said he couldn't remember his last full night of sleep. No dreams, no rest. Just waking up every morning feeling like something was missing. I asked him to try chewing clove before bed for 1 week. And when he came back, his eyes were brighter. He said, "I'm dreaming again." And this morning, I woke up feeling something I hadn't felt in years. You see, your body produces testosterone during deep sleep. In those quiet hours when your system finally gets a chance to rebuild. If you're tossing and turning, waking up repeatedly, that recovery never happens. And that leads to lower testosterone, lower drive, and yes, weaker erections. Clove helps because it calms the nervous system while improving blood flow. Eugenol opens the vessels. Beta-caryophyllene soothes the brain. Together, they create the perfect environment for true recovery, not just from the day, but from years of stress and wear. Sleep should restore you, not wear you out. If you've struggled with sleep in your later years, type sleep in the comments. But sleep isn't the only thing that affects your ability. There's another hidden factor, often overlooked, that starts right inside your mouth. Let me explain in the next part. It may sound strange, but one of the biggest threats to your performance might be hiding behind your smile. Yes, your gums. I remember Caleb, 72. He had tried supplements, pills, even hormone therapy. Nothing worked. One day during a casual conversation, he said, "My gums bleed almost every time I brush." That's when I knew. His issue wasn't just in his blood. It was starting in his mouth. Your mouth is one of the fastest entry points into your bloodstream. When your gums are inflamed, whether from poor hygiene, plaque, or hidden infections, bacteria can enter the bloodstream and cause silent inflammation throughout your body. And the first place affected? The tiny vessels that support erections. Think of trying to pump water through a garden hose clogged with dirt. No matter how strong the pressure is, the flow is weak. Now here's where clove shines again. Eugenol isn't just a vasodilator. It's a natural antiseptic, a strong antibacterial. When you chew whole cloves, the oil reaches deep into the gums. It fights infection, reduces inflammation, and promotes healthier blood. It's not just about fresh breath. It's about clean, free-flowing circulation. And when your mouth is healthy, your blood flows better. And when blood flows better your body responds. Many older men ignore oral health. They think it doesn't matter anymore. But I'm here to tell you it matters more than you think. If your gums bleed when you brush, or you've had gum problems in the past, type gums in the comments. Let's help each other take care of this overlooked piece of the puzzle. Because when you use clove consistently, the changes start showing up faster than you'd expect. And in the next part, I'll walk you through what to expect at 7, 14, and 30 days. You'll be surprised. One of the greatest joys in my work is hearing how small, steady changes create real transformation. I remember Thomas, 69. He started chewing clove with hesitation. He said, "I've tried everything. Nothing sticks." I told him, "Give it 30 days. 1 minute a day. That's it." And he did. Here's what happened. In the first 7 days, most men feel something subtle. A lightness in the chest. A gentle warmth in the lower body. Slightly deeper sleep. Mornings that feel just a bit less sluggish. It's not dramatic, but it's foundational. Your body's adjusting. Your blood is moving. By day 14, the pace picks up. Clearer thinking. Steadier emotions. Some men report spontaneous erections. Or stronger morning wood. A return of confidence. Not just in the bedroom, but in the way you carry yourself. By day 30, deeper shifts take hold. Blood flow feels stronger. Erections feel firmer. Sleep is restful. Stress is lighter. And most of all, you feel present in your body again. You're not chasing your 20s. You're reclaiming vitality. Clove isn't just helping your body. It's waking up your spirit. Because when you start feeling strong again, you show up differently in every part of life. If you're at day 7, 14, or 30, type that number in the comments. Let your journey inspire someone else to begin. But maybe you're still wondering, is it too late for me? Have I lost too much? Let me speak to that from the heart in the next part. If you've stayed with me this far, I want to tell you something, not as a doctor, but as someone who truly sees you. You are not broken. You are not defective. You are not weak. You are not something to be fixed. I've sat across from hundreds of men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s. They walk into my office with tired eyes, shoulders slightly slumped. They speak quietly, like they're hiding something they can't name. They whisper things like, "I don't feel like myself anymore. I feel invisible." And I always tell them the same thing. Decline is not your destiny. What you're experiencing is not the end. It's just a disconnection from your own strength. Because the truth is, your body remembers. Your mind remembers. Even if it's been years since you felt fully alive, the systems inside you, the ones that once gave you power, passion, and drive, they're still there. They've just been buried. Buried under fatigue, under stress, under shallow sleep, and years of silent inflammation. But these things can be reversed. Not with magic, not with a miracle, but with a simple, natural tool and the courage to begin again. Chewing clove is not a miracle. It's a message. A message to your body that you're ready to return, ready to heal, ready to feel strong and grounded and present again. The results aren't instant, but they are real. And what begins as a quiet shift in circulation can ripple into every area of your life. So don't measure your worth by how you feel right now. Measure it by the man you're becoming. One day, one decision, one clove at a time. If those words spoke to you, just type "ready" in the comments. Let that be your first step. And now, if you're truly ready, I'll show you exactly how to begin. Let's bring everything together into one simple plan. Here's what you do. Get yourself a small jar of whole dried cloves. Keep it somewhere visible, on the counter, near your toothbrush, or by the kettle. Each day, take 2 or 3 cloves. Place them between your back teeth. Gently bite until they crack. Hold them in your mouth for 30 seconds. Then chew for another 30 seconds. Swallow or spit, it's up to you. The medicine is already in. That's it. 60 seconds a day. No prescriptions. No pressure. No performance. Just one quiet moment. One choice. And one message to your body. You're not giving up. You're coming back. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you're ready to begin your 60-second journey today, leave a comment with the words "START." Your strength is returning. Welcome home.